Good morning and welcome to this episode of the Sneaker Principle Podcast. It is December 31st, 2025, and we can say these are the last hours of 2025 as we enter 2026. Yesterday evening, I was with a friend having cigars and just chatting, like I usually like to do at least once or twice a month, just unwind. And as we're sitting here talking about the year and all the things that we're looking forward to doing and accomplishing in 2026, my phone, chimed and I looked at it and the message was sent to me that here in New York City, it looks like we will be knowing exactly who the next Chancellor of New York City schools is going to be. And of course, like that, I'm sure like many of us who work in New York City schools, especially as school leaders, my phone was blowing up. And I won't lie, I was blowing up other people's phones as well. And according to the message, I think came off of Chalkbeat. And then, I'm sorry about that. And then shortly after that, there was a New York Times article. And all these are just speculating that within the next 24 hours, the announcement will be made that President Superintendent Kamar Samuels will be our next school's chancellor here in New York City. And of course, we're all getting the, wow, what does this mean? Does anyone know anything about him? As well as, oh my God, he's a phenomenal human being. He's a phenomenal school leader. He was a middle school principal. He's, I believe, presently superintendent of District 3, Upper West Side of Manhattan. So all these different things are happening. And literally, I'm saying my phone is going, for a good hour straight, it was at least 30 text messages from 30 different people. And I'm sure some of you received my text messages as well. But this is something that's very important because whoever the New York City Chancellor is going to dictate a lot of the policies and changes or things that are going to stay in place moving into this new era. And I call it new era because every time we have a new mayor, it is a new era. We've had new chancellors, new school leaders, new policies, and new things of that nature. And I'm sure nothing's going to be pretty much the same now with Mayor Mamdani as the mayor. But the one thing I want to say is this. It's very important that we keep our eyes on the prize. Keep our eyes focused on what's most important. And it's the 900,000 children, pre-K through 12, even into those who are in continuation high schools and adult ed in New York City, because that's what the work is getting New Yorkers, our future leaders, our children, into the best place possible to be successful moving forward. It's not about politics. It's not about who knows who, even though those things are going to happen regardless. But I want to believe that at the core of all of this are the 900,000 souls, bodies, minds that are super impressionable, who really need us to guide them and prepare them for a world that is all over the place right now. And, excuse me, I want, I texted to a friend last night. I said, the most important thing to me right now is that we all pray, meditate, send positive vibes to our new leader. And I don't think it's been officially announced yet. And if it is Kamar Samuels, our full breath of confidence and faith that your tenure, your York City leader, as New York City schools leader, is covered with support, with love, with wisdom, with next level thoughtfulness about this work. I've committed 20 years of my life, and 20 years of my life towards New York City. And I'm a transplant. I'm from California. You know, it doesn't sound like it anymore. People tell me all the time, nah, yo, you're from New York now. Look at the way you say New York. And yeah, that is true. But in 2005, I came to serve here in New York City. And I'm entering 2026. And I'm not the only one. I have teachers on my staff who've put 30 years. I know people who've put 40 years. People who've committed, you know, their lives and have made impact in the lives of children. I'm sure the same way as Kamar Samuels has. That should be the focus, not the politicking, not the, is it UFT or CSA or what if DC 37, how do we have the upper hand with this new leader? The question is, how do we support this new leader to make sure that our children are getting exactly what they need and above and beyond that? Because I'm sorry, I'll be honest with you, exactly what they need is not enough. Our children deserve more and more and more and more, whether it's more love, more, attention, more, elite level instruction, resources, all those things. Because I've said it all the time, the lack, the thing that our kids need that is missing, didn't just happen out of thin air. It happened within a lot of our watch. When I get kids coming to me in middle school, and when I got kids who were coming to me in high school, and something was missing, whether it was instructionally, whether it was emotionally, whatever it was, these kids were not just coming out of thin air. These kids were coming out of other schools within the system. At some point in time, as a system, we failed them. We didn't do enough. And what happened is the gaps just compounded. And we need to fix that. We need to have a space where our children come in, regardless of how they're coming in into New York City schools, that we're filling the gaps. We're uplifting them. We're giving them what is needed so they can even take more of what is needed, so they can have more. I'm telling you right now, that is the focus of this year is more. How do we give our kids more? I have a son and daughter, a lot of you know, and all I think about is how do I give them more? More of what they need, more of what they want. Because at the end of the day, that is our responsibility. That's my responsibility as a parent. That is our responsibility as, interim parents for a lot of the children that we serve, a lot for the families that we serve. We are co-parenting a lot of children, all the children in our schools. And I'm praying and I'm sending positive vibes, no ill will, peer support and encouragement. And again, just wanting the best for our leader. That's something we don't do enough of. We don't pray for our leaders. We don't meditate for our leaders. We don't say positive things and say, listen, let's stop with the negative. Let's support our leader. I'm hopeful for 2026 and moving forward that the changes that's needed to make sure that we're able to serve every child in New York City, that it's going to happen and continue to happen. All right, y'all. I just wanted to make this quick podcast episode. And again, if it, I'm not going to say if, because it looks pretty much the case because, literally literally every major news outlet is saying Kamar Samuels, that Mayor-elect Mamdani, is expected to appoint him. And with that being said, let's be positive, let's be focused, let's remember what this is really about, who this is really about. 900,000 children that deserve everything. All right, y'all. Be well. Talk to y'all soon.